For chapter 2, okay, so your chapter 2, you are going to learn variables, okay. Also, you are going to learn the class and objects because Java is object-oriented programming. Then for you already have predefined classes. Those predefined classes has many methods right there. So you are going to go to a Java API document. We call that Java Bible. So in there you have at least 5,000 predefined classes you can use, and every classes predefined classes has many methods you can use. Okay, so we are going to learn that today. Now, so before we learn that today, you need to know every single variable in Java need to have a data type. Need to have a data type. These are the Java data type. Integer, double. Alright, so these are two most common one. Integer is for whole number. Double is for real number. So if you need a number with a decimal point, then use double. So the primitive data type or the data type already been there. Okay. Let's see what are the primitive data type. Okay. So the primitive data type are integers and double and string. Those are primitive data type. These are good for arithmetic. And Java has other data type and is defined by user, and those are class. Okay, we'll see how to do that. Okay, so let's see the number of data type right here. All right, sorry, one. Okay, so we have an integer. Okay, so we have a string, we have double. If you want the data type has number, you put double. And integer is for a whole number. All right, so now that's in this page you will see string is a data type. We don't use this, and integer is a data type. So 1, 2, you learn 2 data type right now. All right, so string is a data type. All right, so let's continue right here. Okay, these are the rules to name your variables. The variable can be letters, numbers, underscore. Cannot start with a digit. Cannot use percentage. Cannot use special symbol. Not space are not allowed. You cannot use reserved word, and those are variables are case sensitive. So this part you need to remember right now. So when you name your variable, you must remember all these rules. So you cannot name your variable, say one variable or two variable. That's not allowed. Okay. All right. And so we already know that. Okay. So take a look here. Right here, greeting one. Okay. G. Okay. Void not okay because that's a path. This is a reserved word. 101 Dalmatian is not a good name because you cannot start with a number. Hello world, you really cannot use comma. Greeting angle, so there's special characters. So it will make only number 1 and 2 are the legal variables identifier. We really don't recommend use 2. 2 is only one character. Maybe in mathematics class is good, but it's not too good at a programming class. At programming variables, you need to have a variable name longer, even longer, to make your future you can remember what does that mean. All right. So string my name. So if you have two word together, and you use camel style, that means the second word, the first letter is uppercase. All right. And for assignment, so you first create variable integer int. Width is a variable. Then equal 10. That means you assign 10 into the width. So in your system, the 10 will be saved into the width, this memory location. 20 will save into the width, this location, and reassign. So first declare and later reassign. All right. Uh, so here integer height and width equal height, and the width is on, there's no variable here, so that will be an error right here. All right, so let's continue here right now. And the most important thing is we're going to go to object and classes. Okay, objects, because you are learning Java is object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming. So in this object-oriented programming, you will see here, you will see greeting is a string. So first we're going to learn some class. So the class has a method. Method is the instruction that acts as a data of any object. So this is confused right now, but I'm going to show you how to do it. It's okay? I'm going to show you how to do it. First, I need you to get into any browser. Any browser. I'll get into a browser right now. So I get into a browser. All right. Did you see my browser? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, great. So at my browser right now, I will ask you to type right here, any place, okay? Searching and just say in Java API 8, okay? 8. Type it. Java API 8. Type it. Press enter. All right. So we are going to go to our Java platform, okay? Click it. All right, everybody, this is your Java API. API is it's it already these predefined classes. Predefined classes. All right. So based on these, right now we have a class called string. Class called string. All right. So I need you to go to the API right here and look for string alphabetic order. Okay. So you can type F5 to search it, but it's alphabetic order. So I'm going to scroll down until I can find string. string. Did you find it right now? Okay. All right. Did you find your class already? Let me know.
Yeah, I found the string already, Professor.
Good, thank you. Once you have a string here, and let's learn this API. Let's learn how to use this API. All right, so string is a class. It tell you right there. String is a class. It tell you right there. All right. There are a little bit tutorial thing here. For example, if you want to declare a class, a string, you can say string, then give a name. So string is a class. Then give a name str, then str is an object. Is an object right now. And initialize to ABC. Initialize to ABC. All right. So let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. String is a class. So CDE is an object right now. It's initialized to CDE. Okay. String is a class. Now object C and objects D. Alright, so not only that, you know how to initialize. You also need to know as a string is a class. So the object of a string will be allowed to use all the all the methods. For example, you can use char add, you can use code point add. All right, these and not popular. The popular one maybe compare to. All right, another popular one will be length. Length. So length will return the length of this string. Length. Okay. Another popular one will be replace. Replace. So start with those are popular one or substring. Substring. And to lower, to string, to uppercase. These are the popular method. So one more time, what are the method? The method is a instruction and allow the object to do it. So for example, right now, for example here, string greeting. So string is a class, greeting is an object. As soon as you declare greeting is an object and you initialize to hello, greeting has the privilege to use everything in the method here. So greeting can use greeting the substring, greeting the length, greeting everything. So right here it use greeting the length. Alright, we're going to show you how to do that. Okay? We're going to do that. Then let's continue right now. For example here. Alright? For example here. We saw that. So string, greeting, class. Now, everybody need to remember this part right now. Remember this part. So this is object-oriented programming. Didn't tell you class-oriented. It's object-oriented programming. So object has higher priority. The thing is you create object based on the class. Those are blueprint. So string is a class. How do I know? Because it says right here. String is a class. You say it very, very beginning right here. String is a class. A class has many, many methods. Okay? Who can use this method? Who can use this method? Object can use this method. So I'm going to explain this. Say greeting is an object, is a string type object. Initialized to hello world. So greeting can use all the method, not string. String don't have. String is a dead. It's just a book. So greeting can. So greeting dot length. So you count it, that's 13. So integer n, I create another variable, integer data type n equal greeting dot length will return 13. Will return 13. We are going to take a look the other very popular method. It's called to uppercase. To uppercase. All right. So for example, string River. So river is an object. River is an object. So this river object is initialized to Mississippi. Now, so river is an object of a string. River has the privilege to use any method of string. So I create another object called big river. I am going to use the river this object, but apply a method called toUpperCase. Then if I display the big river, it will be all uppercase right now. Alright, so we going to practice more, but now we just like here river.length. Alright, now we are going to go to the a little bit more complicated question right now. A little bit more complicated question here. Let's go down here right now. Okay, let's go a little bit more complicated right here. Right. All right. So we are going to have some class right here. Some class already predefined called rectangle. Rectangle. So let's take a look at the rectangle class. Coming back here, alphabetic order. So I'm going to go to rectangle right now. R. Okay, I got rectangle, but I usually to like rectangle 2D. Let me just take a rectangle. So rectangle is a class. Is a class. How do I know that? Because say here, rectangle is a class. And it will usually tell you what do you need a rectangle. A rectangle has a height. A rectangle come with 4 fields. Has a height, has a width, has the left top corner is x coordinator of the upper left, and upper left the y coordinate give the upper left, and height is how much go down, how much to the right. So any rectangle need that. Alright, so constructor is very important. Constructor is initialization value. You can initialize and nothing. We're going to talk about that later, but they are methods. A rectangle, you can add, you can contain, equal, get x, get y is empty. Let's take a look rectangle 2D. It's also class, but it's a little bit more advanced. Same thing for these. You need for these you also need the x, y. But the rectangle 2D here, the rectangle 2D here, the thing is you can move a rectangle 2D double. So rectangle 2D double, you have the height, width, x and y. But rectangle 2D double is a little bit more advanced right here. It allowed you to get length and get height. So all these you need to these are predefined classes. All right. So take a look this rectangle right now. So for now, if I want to do this, I do this way. Okay, this is a little bit different from what you do for string. So even though string is a class, you don't do new. But for a rectangle, you have to do this. Rectangle, that's a class. Box is the object. And new rectangle 5, 10, 20, 30. So that means height is 5, length is 10, and the left top corner x is 20, y is 30. Okay, so the way you do this again is this. How do you construct square with center your 100 and 100 and side? So new rectangle, we don't want to follow that one, it's very confused. All right, so a rectangle can translate, can move. All right, so box can translate, can move 15 15 uh 15 go down, sorry, 15 to the right, 25 go down. All right, so also we talk about to upper and to lower. All right, so very very important is you are in this chapter right now, you are going to use a class, then import a class to help you. All right, so let's take a look this program right now. Let's take a look this program right now. Rectangle, that's a class. Box is objects. The way you do is new rectangle. You need to memorize like this. New rectangle. All right. Height is 5. Length is 10. All right. Top corner is 15. The left upper left is x is 20. Y is 30. And you move 15 to the right. 25 go down. So sorry. And you can get x, you can get y, and when you run this, x is 20, y is 35 as we told you. All right, then once you translate it, 15 to the right, once you translate, instead of translate 15 20, so you expect to be 30 and 25. All right, so we saw this already. We saw this. Now we are going to get a little more excited thing. More exciting thing here is this. All right, so we are going to do this graphic application right now. All right, so in order to have a box and show on graphic application, you need to use another class called JFrame. Okay, JFrame. And again, JFrame, you are going to here and you can start with JFrame. JFrame. So JFrame is a class. JFrame is a class. So you need to have this JFrame class to be able to show your graphic. Your graphic need to put in your JFrame. Graphic application will be displayed on JFrame. Alright, so again, JFrame is a class. This class allowed you to display a graphic interface. So the object is called frame. Again, today when you do class object is always class object's name equal new class, new JFrame. Okay, memorize that. So add your JFrame. Once you have this, your JFrame has a bunch of method right here. Let's go to the JFrame method. So JFrame can do this, can do set size, you can set size. Set size is even coming from the JFrame's parents. Okay, set size from there. Set size from the Windows. So the from the parent, you can do a lot of things. It is object oriented, so the programs sometimes come from their parents. So Frank can set size. All right. So width is 300, length is 400. Frame can set title. So the title of frame is an empty frame. And the frame need to be closed. So you need to have that small x. Set default close operation is JFrame exit unclose. Then you want to set your JFrame to be visible. Alright? So once you do that, you saw this. An empty frame, but that's not too excited. The exciting thing is here right now. So these will give you an empty frame. The exciting thing is this. We are going to have another class. We have another class and we're going to display on this. So the way we do this is this. Okay? The way we do this will be this. So for example, I have a rectangle here. I have a rectangle program, rectangle program, and I've extended JComponent. Look, extended it means inherit. I follow JComponent. My rectangle component, I follow JComponent. So this is very important. You also need to take a look what is JComponent. So I go to a JComponent right here. Okay, I know that's a class. But the thing is, most important thing is go to our method. Okay, there's a most important method in a JComponent. It's called pen component. Okay, it's called pen component. All right here. It's called pen component. So the pen component has the privilege, has the ability to call all the user interface delegates. Delegates means all the things they related. They know all the pen method. They can have the color, they can have move, and all the things. So, but the pen component is only use graphic G, one-dimensional graphic G. Okay, so remember this. You're going to use a pen component. All right. So that's a rule. Okay, you know if you want to use JComponent, so remember you follow a rule. You follow a 80% rule first, then later you fly your own kite. So coming back right here. So my rectangle component, I want to extend JComponent. I want to drag, I want to draw something. So I use pen component and graphic G. So after you do that, your program will be this class rectangle component extend JComponent, this and that's a program. But the important thing is here right now. You're going to put your class, we're going to show you later, and your friend, you're going to have rectangle component. That's the class you just wrote it, rectangle component, and you name it component and equal new rectangle component. You have to insert this line in your friend, inside your friend. Then once you do that, you will be able to display the component. You will be display the component. And more exciting thing in will be so this can display the component. And more exciting thing is for the next example will be draw ellipses, draw a face, draw like this one. You'll be able to draw alien face. So that program draw a face component, extend JComponent, And once you have that, once you finish that thing, and you are going to put inside your your friend component right here. Once you put right there, then uh, then you will be able to show this program on your friend. So this chapter is much more complicated, but much more exciting chapter. I hope you enjoy it. All right.